So we're spraying, we're done. We're basically done. We're touching our tags, getting ready to leave. I see a cop come on the freeway. I'm like, all right, cool. My get down is, I'm gonna run across the freeway. The cops are not gonna fucking run across the freeway with me. I've did this multiple times. So once I get up to the freeway, he blocks me off. Another cop car comes up and blocks me off. And then I'm like, wait a minute, this something's wrong here. This is not just one cop. I look down, and all the cops are driving into this spot that we just hit. So realistically, now there's nowhere to fucking go. I'm HUFR, BOS, NBC. I'm from Long Beach, Compton. It was tough. It was in the hood. Grew up around a lot of poverty and toxic behavior and just negativity. I just had to figure out how to stay positive through it, figure that out. But it was very toxic in the beginning. Where I'm from, a lot of people are hitting the pookie. It was a big turnout because we'd see our own family do it and then steal from family and friends to get it. It was just whack. It was a big turnoff. So in the beginning stages of our graffiti crew, that was a rule. No crack, no crystal meth, none of that shit. Strictly weed.
Did you realize you were talented at graffiti early on?
Nah, I was whack. Early on, I was hella trash. I remember questioning myself. I remember painting a specific spot and I was skating home and I was like, should I continue doing this? I fucking suck. I just continued because it was around me. It was the homies, all came together through graffiti and weed. We just ran with it, man. So I was very privileged to have some of my most influential graffiti writers become into my life. I actually got into the same crew as some of the guys that I would walk to high school. Like I had to walk over this bridge to get to high school. And I'd walk over the bridge and I'd see the illest shit. It was the illest names. It was like Tank, Punch. They're from a crew called HIC. And there was a girl called Roxy. And it was just crazy, very, very good graffiti at that time. I might look at it now and be like, damn, it's not that good. But at that time, it blew my fucking mind. Later on, I met these individuals on the bus. Later on, the guys asked me to join this crew. And I was like, are you sure? The crew was NBC, Nobody's Close, and originated in West Los Angeles, and it spread out to Long Beach. You know, they took me under their wing, and I'm so fucking grateful for it. I think it was very important to me to always be all around, to never put all my eggs in one basket. I never wanted it to be put in a box. I wanted to be known for everything. Specifically going big, but at the end of the day, you had to do small spots, you had to do colorful spots, you had to do flexors, you had to do rollers on the top, we did extinguishers. I think a huge part of my success is being an all-around writer. It really is. Diversity and being versatile is a huge part of my style. It's just doing shit different, going against the grain. I love graffiti, it's my foundation, but a lot of it is very watered down. People are using the same things, the same conceptual ideas, color schemes. I don't want to be a part of that. I think graffiti is really about standing out. In 2018, I challenged myself to do a different style every day for a year straight. It was a 365 challenge. There was no boundaries for the medium. It could be a graphic design. It could be me spray painting this wall. It could be me writing my name with ketchup on my fucking french fries. For a whole year straight, you're gonna see a different HUFR style. And I accomplished it, and it was a big deal. And it really helped me in my career. Being anonymous is number one to me. I'm always in the ninja style. It's just the way to do it. I just rather let the art speak for itself. You don't need my personality. Maybe that might come later, but for the first 15 to 20 years, I just want to push the art out. You guys don't need to see a face. Social media is the biggest trap of them all for graffiti writers or anybody doing crime. It's a police database. I'm in the later stages of my career, so I'm fortunate enough to post stuff because I'm not so active. But 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when you're fucking shit up, they were knocking down your door. You couldn't post stuff online. People were posting stuff on YouTube and getting popped off that. Honestly, to be honest, when we first started, we're anti-computers. That was whack to us. Later, it became a tool, and it was more of an adapt or die situation. And we want to adapt. We want to continue to grow. Back in the day, we used to love getting photos sent to us because we wouldn't take them. We just spray paint the spot, roller the spot, and take off. And then websites like Flickr or something, and we'd look up our names, and then our names would pop up, and we'd be like, oh, that shit's crazy. Because like I said, this was before Instagram, and this was before a lot of graffiti blogs. Yeah, I think a good step was just not fucking vandalize like a police station, a cop car, a metro bus. Those are the things that they're still gonna come after you for to this day. But overall, in general, they're not coming after many people I see. There's a lot of people that are fucking the streets up and they're putting it on the internet and not getting popped. And that's weird to me. because 10 years ago that was not happening. I guess it's over. We got too much crime going on here and there, but it's a fucking weird world that we live in right now, that people are able to post some crazy shit online and for them not to get in trouble. Maybe they're not getting in trouble now, but maybe down the line they will. I made the transition from physical to digital, I think around 2012, when one of my best friends died. I was in a really dark space. I took this job and I was basically doing warehouse work. But at the same time, I gained a relationship with one of the CEOs. And he said, yo, do this now, and later we could bring you in and we could teach you the ins and out of an art department. You could start as an intern. I took that opportunity. I went into an art department and just buckled down on the digital side and learning about design and about how to approach art in a different way. Like I said before, we come from a place where we didn't fuck with computers. So this is something new for me. And I took on this because I just seen the way the world was working. It was going in a more direction of digital. I needed to figure out how I could learn some of the digital stuff and apply it to the physical and just help my overall style of being more versatile. I got into design because I liked fashion. I like t-shirts. I'm a skate rat. I like skate clothes. I just like overall lifestyle and streetwear stuff. So that was a big deal of getting into the digital space. So when I first got in there, I'd start making little merch. I'd make a t-shirt here, a hat there, a little pin there. And that's what gave me momentum for my personal brand. Always use my network as HUFR to leverage that to do design work for companies like Champion and different brands that I don't really get to put my mark on at the end of the day. So I got the opportunity to paint Little Baby at Coachella through the homegirl Charm. I met Charm in downtown LA about 7 years ago. I was just fucking bombing. She was dancing and she was sick. She was pretty dope. So I filmed her in front of my piece dancing, and we just exchanged contacts and all that. Her management team was with her. And I never forget, her management team was like, yo, you have no idea who you're meeting right here. I'm like, oh, cool, dope. So we've always stayed in contact, Instagram. One day she DM'd me. She's like, yo, you want to paint for Little Baby at Coachella on stage during a performance? I'm like, fuck yeah. So originally I was supposed to hit the stage with spray paint, but Coachella didn't want to fuck with that because of the pyro. So I had to resort to bringing out a fucking roller with bucket paint and doing big ass roller tags all over the fucking stage. And that actually worked out better because I'm actually known for doing rollers. I was super fucking anxious. I mean, they said, here's a 3-minute song. You're going to be out there for 3 minutes. You got to do 3 tags and then you got to get the fuck out. I listened to the song a couple times, to prep myself. And then when I hit the stage, the adrenaline is just fucking hitting you. So I'm just hitting my tags, staying cool, and just walked out, and everything worked out, man. My legal history it's been pretty fucking good lately. But early on, I had a lot of graffiti charges. I got caught writing with one of my homies, and we were just really toy at the time, and we were just walking down the street on one path, writing on everything. So it was very easy for the gas station to call in the cop. As I got older, I went to jail a couple times for graffiti. I was actually in a sting one time. They were actually off the 710 freeway, and they were looking for a couple specific graffiti artists at that time. And the cops actually buffed the wall themselves, and they basically were just waiting for those guys to come back and get it since it was such a good spot. But before those guys could get it, me and my homies seen that it was freshly buffed and available, so we ran up on that fucking shit. So we're spraying, we're done. We're basically done. We're touching our tags, getting ready to leave. I see a cop come on the freeway. I'm like, all right, cool. My get down is I'm gonna run across the freeway. The cops are not gonna fucking run across the freeway with me. I've did this multiple times. So once I get up to the freeway, he blocks me off. Another cop car comes up and blocks me off. And then I'm like, wait a minute, this something's wrong here. This is not just one cop. I look down and all the cops are driving into this spot that we just hit. So realistically, now there's nowhere to fucking go. So I'm like, oh shit, there's about 4 or 5 of us. Everybody's hopping fences. I get to this big fence with barbed wire, and I'm like, fuck that, I'd rather go to fucking jail. So I hid in some bushes. The cops pulled up and started throwing rocks into the bushes, hitting me with these big rocks. And I'm like, all right, I give up, enough. So they fucking take me, they fucking beat my ass, by the way. They pull me out the bushes and they fucking assault me straight up. They gave me a whooping. They put me back in the cop car, and I could hear the helicopter calling out every single one of my friends. Oh, he's on this rooftop. Oh, he's behind this building. So I'm just like, fuck, everyone's about to get popped. So they take me to jail, and long story short, I'm the first one in the jail cell, and it's right by the door where they bring you in. One by one, my homies come in. 1, 2, 3. It gets to a point where we're all in the same jail cell together and we're just shooting the shits about, damn, that sucks, who just got caught, blah, blah, blah. And this is late night in the jail cell. So other people are sleeping, but they hear us talking like, yo, we just got popped for Graph. We hear in the darkness, yo, you guys right? We just got popped the night before. Yeah, we just got popped, 710, they set us up. Oh shit, they set us up too. So now we're like, oh shit, we just got set the fuck up. So that was kind of like a big deal at the time because they set me down. That was my first time seeing the graffiti detectives where they sit you down and they say, hey, who's him? Who's this guy? Who's this guy? I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are. You guys already know the fucking rules. So basically with that, they just let me out on a 72-hour release. But 3 months later, they catch me on Valentine's Day because one of my homies just got out of jail and they pulled him over just to fuck with him because they knew who he was. And then I'm being taken for this graffiti warrant. So it's just crazy as fuck, man. Like, yeah, the whole jail situation, I would say 10 years ago, it was a lot more intense. Over the last 8 years, it's been pretty chill. I've been pretty methodical about with what I do and with my time and my work. I don't need motivation to do graffiti. I naturally want to fucking always do it. But now that I'm an adult, you have bills to pay, you have family to take care of. Life will hit you real quick. Right now, I'm doing a lot of creative directing. So I want to elevate brands. This is the next stage of my life. Graffiti will forever be the foundation, but I'm really into branding right now. I really love fashion. I really like taking brands to the next level. A lot of them are in cannabis. Like I said in the beginning, cannabis came with graffiti. So now the fact that graffiti is opening the door to these big cannabis brands is fucking cool to me. The fact that they're merging together and giving me good money to do so, I really like that path right now. I like where it's headed.
Kind of weird for you to be doing this for so long and then all of a sudden there's a popular brand called Huff?
Nah, man, those are my guys. Rest in peace, Keith Huffnagel. That's my dude, that's my brother. He took me under his wing very early on. I met him at an agenda show or a project show in Long Beach. I was blown away because he was like, yo, I heard of you. And I'm like, for me, that blew my fucking mind because I grew up a skate rap. So Keith is a huge inspiration to me. When he knew who I was, when I met him, that was fucking crazy. It blew my fucking mind. So that was dope. And we just stayed in contact throughout the years. And I love the guy, man. He put clothes on my back. He gave me chances, opportunities, and sit downs. And he taught me some shit. So I love the brand Huff.